Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me today is Scott Ferguson from Financial Concepts. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Troy?
Nice to see you again. I do want to jump on this because we're at the halfway mark of 2020. It's been a roller coaster, not to say the least.
100%.
Where do we go from here?
Who would have thought 2020 would have played out the way that it's played out, right? And, if I would have told you this in January, you would have laughed in my face and said, haha, not going to happen, right? So where do we go from here? I think that, in the markets, we're going to continue to see some volatility, right? Because there's so much uncertainty, right? Are things going to get back to normal quickly? Is it going to take time? Is there going to be a vaccine? If we're going to find medicines that work? There's so many questions. So I think we're going to continue to see volatility. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? For an investor who is looking for opportunities, a savvy investor, volatility can be a very good thing. And so I think that we're definitely going to see more volatility without a doubt throughout the rest of this year.
It's funny you say that because I've been chatting to some other financial people and they're saying that there can be some financial gains when there's such volatility as well.
That's right. It's a huge opportunity, right? So for one, if you've got cash, sitting in a savings account or checking account, now is a fantastic time to put that cash to work, right? The markets are at a significant discount compared to what they were just in February. And so it is a great way to take advantage of these opportunities. Or maybe if you've got an investment that, is lag behind, now would be a time to look at that investment and say, okay, is there something I could do to maybe get and take advantage of this opportunity? So there's many opportunities to be found in moments like this.
But what are some other advantages that someone can take? And how do they do that?
Yeah, take advantage of it. So look at your portfolio. Make sure that, it's still based around your dreams and goals, because that's what you want your investments to be based around is, what you're trying to achieve. So there's many things that, right now are at discounted prices, right? So look at those investments and say, do I think this is a good investment 5, 10, 15 years down the road? It may have a rough 2020 because a lot of things are. Yeah. But does that mean it's going to have a rough forever? Probably not.
Well, how do we know we're not making any mistakes? Like, I went into a bit of a panic when we all saw those news reports saying that stock market was crashing, and I was wondering whether I should sell, and I didn't know whether it was a mistake or not. I stuck to my guns and I stayed where I was, but it was a scary process.
It was a scary process, but you're probably happy now that you didn't, right? Because the market, while it's still down, it's recovered pretty substantially from those bottoms, right? So to me, the biggest mistake we can make in market volatility is reacting to it, okay? I say let's take advantage of the opportunities, but let's don't overreact to that volatility and make a rash decision, right? If our dreams and goals have not changed from where they were in January of this year, so if say we're someone who's 10 years from retiring and we want to retire at age 60, if that's still our goal, if our investments were based around that in January, well, then odds are those investments are still the right investments to own now.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Scott, because let's just talk about 401ks at the moment, because people invest their money into these programs and for their retirement. What do you say to those people at home that, like me, was feeling a little anxious, but maybe they have sold some of their shares because they went that next step? What do you say to them?
I would encourage them, if you're saving for retirement, especially through a 401k, and especially if you've got, a few years down the road before you get to retirement, I would encourage folks to start thinking about, what steps are you going to take to get back into the market, right? What steps are you going to take to make sure that you're investing for your future? 401k is a great way to always be investing because it happens each and every pay period, right? If it's human nature, we're going to find a way not to do it. So a 401k makes it automatic for us. It takes that human element out of it, right? And that's where, somebody like me, a financial advisor, whether it's me, whether it's somebody else, our job is to help you take the emotions out of the picture. Yeah. Our job is to make sure you're focused on your plan, not based on the heartstrings that are pulling on you today saying, hey, this is frightening, you got to do something, those kind of things.
Yeah, well, as always, Scott, you give us great information. There are some things I want to talk to you about in our next interview. I look forward to it. To you then.
Sounds great. Thank you.
If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you. Scott Ferguson from Financial Concepts. He will take care of all your financial needs, especially in this volatile market. Back after this break.